My mindset will determine my success. Every single trader knows that. Every trader knows that. Um, we get into this because we see the money amount. Initially, when we think about trading, when we first thought about it and we were like, yo, you get instantly excited. You're like thinking about all the prospects, thinking about how much you'll be able to acquire in your life because of trading. Like it opens up this new realm of possibility for your life compared to before. Because I don't know about you, but for me, I was always like 9 to 5 worker, 9 to 5 worker. Yeah, clock in, make pay all my bills, and then have like maybe $200 to $500 left in my bank account that I can go and spend on something fun. That was like, and I'll be good, and I was set, and that was like my whole thing for several years, a borderline now like a decade of thinking, and I was okay with that until I ran into trading. The more legit side of trading, not IML trading, actual real life profits, you in the market. And when I saw the prospects, when I saw, people on YouTube talking about this stuff, regardless real or fake, it was just like, whoa, like I can really do so much with this trading shit. Like, come on, bro. And I was just like, I was so hungry and still am hungry for it. But it's just long ass nights back and forth and all this stuff. And, you know, pretty recently I've been going through a lot of mental breakdowns due to trading. And I've always had those, but because a lot of the things that are happening in my life is all happening at once, like being let go from my job, my grandmother passing away, seeing, other people be successful on the internet, and all these things coinciding and happening at the same time. It really, like, recently I've been going through it. But all this to say is I had to go through that to have the mindset that I have now, or to just be in the situation that I am currently in. Like, I went through this whole ashwagandha, basically, not really, but like type shit, where it was just like, who am I? You know, what does profitability mean to me, or what does that look like? Like, am I being my true authentic self? And in reality, it wasn't the case. I wasn't being myself. And so it was hard for me to have the discipline that people talk about when you're not being yourself. How can you have discipline to do something that you want to do if it doesn't really align with what you actually want to do? Like, it's something that you want. You want that six pack, you want that, losing 20, 30 pounds. But if you're not doing it in a way that aligns with who you are, how are you expected to remain disciplined for several amounts of time, for a long amount of time? Like, it's possible, but it's not gonna be easy, or as easy, compared to reaching your goals, but reaching it in a way that aligns with who you are. That's the better route. That's the route that we all should be chasing. Everything that we want in this life is possible. Anything that you want is attainable, but you have to attain it in a way that aligns with you, or else you won't be able to go that extra mile without wanting to quit. And even if you're going your way, you probably still want to quit, but like, hey, this is my way. I'm actually having a lot more fun, and so I'm willing to go that extra mile. It's like you actually pursuing your dreams and passions, right? Versus you just getting a regular day job because, it pays the bills. Which one are you going to have more longevity in, right? As far as creativity, as far as producing, high quality content or whatever it is, right? Like, if you are just having a job just because it pays the bills, and it's, it's a job, it's a day job, office job, 9 to 5, whatever. If you have that, like, yeah, you're still gonna do your work. Like, you're pretty good, you're gonna be a pretty good worker. But if you don't have anything attached to that job other than the fact that it's a paycheck, you're not gonna be putting your all into it. Even if you're putting your all into it, you're gonna still be like, man, this shit, like, for me, this shit is like, man, like, what's the point? Like, I don't even care. Like, bruh, like, I guess, like, if you're a diligent, hardworking person like I am, you're still gonna put in the time, the hours, in order for you to get the job done. You're still gonna be perceived as a great worker, but to yourself, do you feel like that? Like, yes, you can acknowledge that you worked hard and be proud of yourself, which I am. But to myself personally, I cannot say I am happy about the work that I did. I can more so say I am happy that I got the work done at a timely manner. That's something that I'm proud of because it shows how diligent I am, and it shows how much of a fucking, smarty pants, how much of a fucking icon that I am. Like, I'm a fucking anyway. Those are things, but you're not gonna be like, yo, I'm so proud that I got this done. I'm so happy about how shit came out. I love the results. I love what it's giving me. I love what it's getting and receiving. Like, you're not gonna be that invested into it because it's not something that you genuinely care about. But to me, as a person that cares about, content creation, cares about music, cares about entertainment, cares about just that realm, even if it's not the best looking thing that that's out there, it's like, dude, I just created this, like I made this, I did all of this stuff, and it's out there now for the entire world to see. And I love that prospect, I love that, and so it makes me happy even if I'm not getting the results that I may have wanted. So I'm like looking at this and I'm like, bro, of course it is. Like, this is a good play right here, like right here. This is on the 10-minute. Sorry. Sorry, this is like two different videos. But okay, let's just put a fake order right here. One above zone. This is okay, 8, 9, 10. So this would be a 1-to-1 if it hits if the zone hits again, because I wasn't paying attention to this. But sorry. But all this to say is, I talk about, I was just talking, and that's why I had to hit the record button. Um, After, all of this mental breakdown that I talked about, being so tilted and just crying, dude, I was crying like never before. And it was solely because it was like, I'm not doing the thing that I was supposed to be doing my entire life. Like, I remember crying initially because I was seeing these two musicians, these two artists, like making music, like music producers, and I was just seeing them in their element and like watching how happy they were. Just like the flow state, or yeah, like, and just feeling like the music, and they were just like, oh my god, let me put this, let me add this, let me do this, let me do this ad lib, let me do this like extra thing, let me do this extra little lick on the guitar. And they're like, yeah, let's go. And I'm just watching their energy through a fucking screen on my way to work. I'm literally on the trolley bawling my eyes out because it's like, I'm watching these people live their truest passions and dreams, and I'm just seeing them resonate and illuminate their happiness. And I'm literally on my way to a corporate 9 to 5 job in the office where it's so dry, it's dead and depressing. Everyone there, maybe not miserable, but they kind of had that, like, my soul died 5 years ago type of energy in there. And there's just like, and it just made me just bawl out my eyes. Like, I just could not help but tear up because it was like, dude, like, I'm watching these people on my phone pursue something that I've always been afraid to pursue, but they're in a successful place. I'm watching Music by Blanks, I'm watching John Bellion, and I'm just watching their processes of making music, and I'm just like, oh my god, bro, like, I did it wrong. Recently, that was what I was like realizing. That's gonna be the title of this video. I did it wrong. I did it all wrong. That's gonna be I did it all wrong because I was looking at them and I was just like, bro, what a fucking life. What a fucking life to live. Um, and it made me want to start pursuing it. Like, all this stuff happened. TP hit, let's go. Bring. But all of this shit happened, and I was just like, dude, I need to make a change. And, like, now, I'm approaching trading in a different way, in a way that excites me more, in a way that's more fast paced because it aligns with me. It's not Doyle, right? Like, it's based off of Doyle's strategy, but it's in a way that aligns with me. I'm on a lower time frame than the 5 minute. Um, and I'm also trading supply and demand differently. I'm also incorporating support and resistance a little differently. I'm using aggressive setups. Now, Doyle, sometimes he goes aggressive, but a lot of the times, especially now, he does not go aggressive. Like, he'll be very conservative, and he doesn't need to. Like, he's already made it. Of course, he's still gonna grind for more, but he already passed the threshold. Six-figure plus trader, like that nigga's a millionaire. He just doesn't want to say it. Um, it's just like one of those things where it's just like, all right, that's him. Now I have to be Khadi, okay? I remember being like, oh, looking at other traders and being like, oh my gosh, like I like how they trade. I like how they trade. I like what they do. And it's like, why would I be saying those things or feeling those things or and feeling that itch of wanting to switch your strategy up if you were satisfied with how you were trading already? Like like it genuinely made me think recently about like why would I be so like, oh my gosh, like I like how they take multiple trades in a day. Oh my gosh, I like how they take aggressive setups. Oh my gosh, like, why would I be or like and added to that like, well, oh my gosh, like uh their TP hits so quickly. Why would I be like thinking about those things, a lot if I was already satisfied by what I was doing, And I started questioning that and thinking about that recently, and it was like, Kitty, like you have to switch it up because you do have ADHD. You do like it fast paced. Now, granted, the 5 minutes fast paced, but with the way that we were trading, how I was trading, like it was hard for me to trade in the mornings, like finding a setup because I would have to wait for it to hit my zone, give me the break of the candle. I was looking at all these things and you know, I don't know. I could be making excuses, but I know that I feel good now, bro. I have no indicators, which, is could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, whatever. But for me, it's like it's nice because I don't have anything that's like potentially contradicting how I feel, right? Because a lot of times when the EMA is lined up, right, with what you already feel, you're good. But then when you see the EMA above, but you're going for the opposite trade, you're like, okay, or could I, like, does it? Even though you should know that market structure is over any indicator, right? Price action is king. But for me, I slap on an EMA and I'm like, I should align with the EMA. Yeah. So, all this to say is like I was doing it all wrong and, this is my I don't want to say redemption arc, but this is Kadi being Kadi and aligning with that rather than aligning with what anybody else tells her because if it's working for her, that's all that matters. That's all that matters, bro. We trying to get the withdrawals. We trying to get the payouts. So in order for that to happen, we gotta hit it. We gotta go through that action in a way that aligns with us, in a way that makes us happy, not anybody else, right? Because you like this is the okay, one last thing, like this is something that even as a producer, I end up doing. Like I be trying to impress other producers when producers is not gonna pay your bills. Like depending on how you make it. It's like I don't sell drum kits. I don't sell, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to impress producers when I play my beat to people who make songs and stuff like that and but they don't have any kind of production and it'll be a simple ass beat and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I can think of this, I can think of that." But if I think about like what producers think, I will always be chasing that production, points. Oh, they did that with the automation. And it's like regular people don't know what that shit is. And that's the same thing with trading. It's like you want to hit that high RR or yeah, high RR 1 to 5, 1 to 8 cuz it looks cool. For me, it looks cool. It's like, wow, you hit that. But it's like if you start thinking about the behind the scenes, how long did it actually take for you to hit that, bro? How long did it actually take? Because you hitting a 1 to 5 is not going to come every single day. But me hitting a negative risk reward, that's going to happen every day. That's going to happen every day, bro. Regardless of the conditions, bro. For real. So I know what I like. I like fast pace. I like in and out. I like let's get to the point. And let me be out, bro. Like once I get my money up, bro, because I am. I like for real, I only really need 1 to 2 good setups in a day. For real. Like if you really think about it. Like if I'm risking 1,000 to make 500, like okay, I make the $500, like I could be good. Unless there's another setup and then maybe now that's $1,000 day, right? Like it's more possible now, so with my win rate, I believe in myself, I believe in my abilities. Today, we had a 75% win rate, and that's pretty fire to see. I mean, if I literally did not take the trade that I took prior, it would have been a 100% win rate on 3 trades, bro. But we're 3-1. That's fantastic to me. I love that. So, yeah. Anyway, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, whatever. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Ah!